everyone, welcome back to another video lesson of Towards a Better English, one of the foundation courses offered by Christ College Autonomous Iringalakula. Myself, Priya V B, Assistant Professor, PG Department of English. Today, we are going to discuss about how to write business and professional emails. Yes, email is one of the most widely used forms of communication both in and out of the workplace. Because of its speed and efficiency, you can write professional emails for a variety of reasons. For example, you might need to recap an important meeting. You can write and exchange information, relay an important update, or send a letter of introduction. And a well-composed email provides the recipient with a friendly, clear, concise, and actionable message. So, let's discuss some of the tips which will be helpful for you to write effective and professional emails. If you are not sure how to start an email, these 5 points can help you to craft a professional message. First one is identify your goal. Second, consider your audience. Third one is keep it concise. Another one is proofread your email. Then use proper etiquette. And the final one is remember to follow up. So we'll discuss what do you mean by identify your goal. Before you write an email, ask yourself what you want to get the recipient to do after they have read it. Once you have determined the purpose of your email, you can ensure write everything you include in your message. For example, if you want to send the recipient to review a report you have attached, let them know what the report is, why you need them to review it, what sort of feedback you need, and when you need the task completed. So, keep in mind always, whenever you are writing professional email, identify your goal. Okay? Then second one, consider your audience. When you compose an email message, make sure your tone matches your audience. For example, if you are emailing a business executive you have never met, keep the email polished and free of any jokes or informalities. On the other hand, if you are emailing a colleague with whom you have a good relationship, you might use a less formal, more friendly approach. So, the second point is consider your audience. And the third is keep it concise. Your audience might have a little time to read through your email. So, make it as brief as possible without leaving out any key information. And you have to try not to address too many subjects at once. This can make your message lengthy, challenging to read, and difficult to take an action on. So, keep it concise. And when editing your email, take out any information that is irrelevant to the topic you are addressing. Use short, simple sentences by removing filler words. And this will make your note shorter and easier to read. So, the third point is keep it concise. Then the fourth one is proofread your email. An error-free email that demonstrates diligence and professionalism. So, before you send an email, take a moment to check for any spelling, grammar, or syntactic errors. And also, double check to ensure you have included any attachments you may have referenced in your message. And if it is an important email to critical stakeholders, you might ask your direct supervisor or a trusted colleague to read over it before you send it. So, proofreading is must in writing or sending email. Then next point is that use proper etiquette. It means include a very nice greetings and closing to sound friendly and polite. And additionally, be considerate of the recipient and their time. Okay. Then remember to follow up. Most people receive several emails per day, so they might miss or forget to respond to your message. If the recipient has not replied within 2 working days, you have to consider that reaching back out with a friendly follow-up email. So don't forget to follow up. Now we are going to discuss how to start an email. The ability to write a clear, friendly and professional email is a foundational skill for your career. So, starting and ending your emails properly can help you build relationships and get work done. Mail is an important form of communication, and it is just like phone calls and video conferences. You should treat each email as an opportunity to develop a mutual respect with your colleagues. Okay? Then, how can you keep it professional? It might be tempting to seem friendly or excited in an email greetings by using a fun greetings, a simile face or exclamation points. So, keep in mind that it's always best to err on the side of professional and minimal. Then know your audience. You should tailor your greetings to your audience. If you know the recipient well, it can be appropriate to use a more laid-back greetings. Then the beginning of your email should contain some points. The first one is greeting. Second is well wishes. Third is reason for writing. What do you mean by greeting? To start an email, you should begin with a greeting. You might do this in a variety of ways, that depending on your reason for writing and who you are writing to. Here are some examples for that. When writing to 1 or 2 recipient, you can greet like this: Dear Manu, Dear Ramu, like that. Hello, hi. So these are some of the greeting style you can use when writing to 1 or 2 recipient. And when you are trying to write to 3 or more recipient, you can start like this: Hello everyone, hi team, hello all, hi there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay. Then you imagine when you are unsure of the recipient's name, you can begin like this: Dear sir, dear madam, dear sir or madam, hi, hello, dear hiring manager, and greetings, like this. So here are some examples we have to discuss the way you might start an email in a various scenarios. You can read it when applying for a job, and after completing an interview, then when setting up a meeting, when introducing a new team manager, and when accepting a job offer. So these are some examples. You can read and you can get the point. Then, how to write, that we already discussed. Then here we are going to discuss the format and structure of formal email. There are 5 elements to consider when formatting your email. You can see a professional email format. First one is subject line. Second is salutation. Third is body. Fourth one is closing. And the fifth is signature. Okay. Then the first one, subject line. What do you mean by subject line? This is a short phrase that summarizes the reason for your message or the goal of your communication. It is important to include a subject line when sending a professional email, so your audience knows exactly what to expect and is able to locate the message very easily if needed. For example, research contact opportunity. Okay. Then next one is salutation. This is the first line of your email and generally acts as the greeting. For example, hello ML. Then next one is body. Just like the body of a letter, this is where you will share your full message. So you have to share the message. Then next one is closing. This is the last line of your email that before your signature. And you should wrap up your message in this closing session. This is also where you may retire any request you have made in the body of your message. Okay. Then the last point is signature. The signature is where you identify yourself by name, title, and any other information relevant to your communications. Most email programs allow you to set a fixed signature that's automatically added to the end of every email you send. Okay, so these are the forms and structure of writing a professional email. Then what do you mean by this business email? Yes, of course, it is a form of written communication. And it is sent to the recipient electronically over the internet. And the purpose of the business email is often to convey information or to ask the recipient to take action. So it is a form of written communication. And how to write a business email? Like professional email. That means follow these steps. That is, choose a clear subject line, begin with a greeting, state your purpose, close with a professional signature, and proofread. Then subject line we already discussed. It's a brief summary of what your email is about. And every business email should begin with a professional greeting. Then every business email should have a purpose. And in a business email, a signature line act as a business card. That means our professional signature may also include your company's logo or a picture of yourself. And after you have finished writing your email, you should proofread the email for spelling, grammar, and syntactic errors. Okay, and here you can see two different types of business emails written by the same person. One is written to a colleague, and another one is written to a customer. You can read it, business email to colleague. How it began. I am writing this email like that. And thank you, it is a closing. Then by writing a great beginning to your email, you are more likely to make a positive and first impression. Such an impression can encourage your audience to read the full message of your email and take required actions. And let's check some of the key points while composing and beginning your mail. Spell any names you use correctly. That means misspelling the name of your recipient can make them feel disrespected. So be sure to spell their name correctly. Now let's discuss what do you mean by business email etiquette. Business email etiquette is the customary set of manners used in professional email communications. And appropriate email etiquette includes the necessary elements of a message, such as a clear subject line, greeting, closing, well-organized body paragraphs, and proper language. Then employees should carefully consider the format and the phrasing of their professional message to make sure they are sending messages appropriately. These email etiquette guidelines can help you to draft a very polite and professional email for work. So let's have a look. Draft a clear, simple subject line. Then second one is use a standard font. Then address your recipient formally. Use CC, that means carbon copy, and BCC means blind carbon copy appropriately. Then structure your message very clearly. Then provide a call to action at the end. Include a professional closing. Then proofread your email carefully. Okay. Then what do you mean by draft a clear, simple subject line? Yes, of course. Create a subject line that is direct to your recipient, immediately understanding what your message is concerning. And your subject line should be 3 or 5 words long. For example, for job application, use easy identifiers like graphic design position application. Okay. Then always write a subject line. Emails without one will say no subject in the recipient's inbox and it might go unread. You can make a good first impression by writing a clear, concise and attention-grabbing subject line. So whenever you are drafting an email, draft a clear and simple subject line. Then use a standard font. Keep your email's default font and text color for a neat professional appearance. Default settings are often black or dark gray text in a simple and it is easy to read font, and by using standard fonts and colors you can better ensure your recipient and that is understand your message and trust that it is genuinely from you. Another point is address your recipient formally. That means address the recipient as Mr., Miss or Mrs. unless you know them very well. And you may address people on a first name basis if you are often in cordial contact. Use a professional salutation such as hello, Mr. and dear, like this. Then to begin your email politely and professionally. Then use carbon copy and blind carbon copy. Use carbon copy or CC for a group of business contacts who know one another to openly connect each person to the email chain. Then use blind carbon copy or BCC if you are sending your message to a group of people who do not know one another. Okay. Then structure your message clearly. Try to keep your email brief by including up 2 or 3 short sections. If you are sending a longer message, use short paragraphs and bulleted or numbered lists to highlight or outline important information. Then include a professional closing. Conclude your email with a short closing such as thank you, best regards or sincerely. Include your full name at the bottom along with your title and essential contact information such as your phone number, like that. And this closing gives your recipient all the details they need to respond. The next point is proofread your email carefully. Read your message before sending it. Spell check. Okay. And be sure to check for types of errors. That's all. And these are some of the tips for professional email etiquette. Be polite and positive. Use your personal email for casual messages. Only reply all when necessary. Start new email thread for new topics. Respond to message promptly. Consider the culture. Save your emojis for personal messages. And inquire before including an attachment. Okay, dear student. So writing email is an important part of any job. And be sure to take some time to consider your audience and exactly why you are writing. Doing so can help you construct a clear communication that builds relationships and moves projects forward. And starting your email in professional manner can create a very positive first impression. So, thank you so much and follow our channel for more sessions on business writing. Have a nice day.